So here we are again, plot 25. The same view as last time, but the only difference is I've actually spanned my shed. My shed used to be there. I've cleared all the soil out. As you can see at the top, I haven't quite finished it yet. But the plan was to move all the soil up onto the plot because it's all soil that's fell off the plot. Because I don't know if you can notice, but from here to the top, it's probably like 4 or 5 foot difference because of the slope of the hill. So I'm just trying to get some more mud at the top. But unfortunately, like most people's problems on an allotment, it's full of glass. So I am slowly getting the glass out. That's 3 entire tubs full of glass there. They're 5 litre buckets if you're interested. That's how much glass is there. But then you've got what I'm only going to call as crap corner, which is just where all my crap is. And then the door of the shed now opens into the plot rather than onto the path, which I think is loads better. The guy next door that actually has this waste bit of land, he's going to put a shed here. It's got new banisters there to build it up. He's going to replace that one there that's actually mine, but he wants to make sure his shed's secure, so he's going to do that, which is brilliant of him, I'm not going to lie. He's one of the, what I like to call the old guard. He's one of the guys that has been up here for, I think his mum had the plot before him, so he's been up here a couple of generations. There's a few of them up here. They've been here for that long, they remember it before it was even, well, before it was like it is now. When it used to go on for miles, where that entire new housing estate is. It was the same when I was a child, to be fair. Here's the raspberries. I've actually put the shed flush bang up with the raspberries. So it's going to be awkward to pick them in future, but I'm going to leave a path down the inside of them where I've planted my potatoes and stuff this year. There's the cherry tree. I have got another cherry tree in the garden, which is so laden with fruit it's unreal. And this one has 2 on. Excuse me, burping then. Excuse me. Here is the rhubarb in the corner, surrounded by poppies that are literally everywhere on my plot just lately, which I don't really mind. I quite like poppies. Rhubarb's looking really good. It was looking sorry for itself in the last video, but a couple of good feeds and a good water and it's come back round. First set of raspberry canes. It's not looking too bad. In the shed. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove all this soil all the way up, even the ones, because it's actually lined underneath. Let's see if I can just kick some away. It's lined underneath, and then I'm going to re-bark chip it all. The site offers free bark chip. The only issue now, to get from my shed to back onto my plot, I have to go on the public path. Well, it's not public, it's shared between me and next door, so. And then you come to the first bed, which had potatoes in last time, some spare wood there. As anyone knows, never throw anything away. I've actually replaced it with, started to build my pea canes, my peas 1 row in. And then there's some more, what's the word for it? Soaking, that'll do. Soaking down in the greenhouse at home, so they're going to go in the last 2 rows here, so that's going to be 3 rows of peas I have, hopefully. I've still got 4 rows of spuds in, so I'm going to walk down and look at these spuds. This framework was in 2 or 3 old greenhouses, you know, the plastic ones? Well, all the plastic connectors are universal, so you just keep the metal frames, you can easily put 1 or 2 together. 2 best rows of spuds are looking really healthy. They've got some flowers in there. Someone said they were Morris Piper because they've got purple, pink flowers or something. I'm not too sure on that, but one of the old boys said it, so I'm taking his word for it. Them 2 rows in the end are going to come out probably this week. And then I've just got 2 rows in that look the best. And these are the ones I'll be growing from now on as well, if they're the biggest. Off these, I had probably half a bucket off 2 rows, which wasn't too bad out of 2 rows of potatoes. It's only 2 bags of potatoes, so it's not too bad. Directly behind me, I have the raspberries, which I am working my way through. We've made loads of jam. I'm on probably 30 jars of jam out of it, and there's still loads on there. Loads and loads, but I've done a deal with next door. He's going to pick some raspberries and I'm going to help myself with some of his French beans he's got. Quarter bed of onions. That path is absolutely horrible. It's full of weeds, it is full of rubbish, and it has got raspberries growing in the path. So that's going to be a bit of a nightmare this year. I found that bit of metal. And where did I find it? Behind the shed when I was doing this shed. So sorry about the wind. So I'm going to have to what I've decided is I'm going to put that in and divide this bed up into 3 beds, because one big bed is not useful. The second crop of onions. I haven't put any pictures of anything I've actually took down yet. I might have to do that. I might have to sit and take some pictures of the stuff as I start to crop it, because you missed all the pile of that. I had a massive pile of onions. I'm going to start pickling them, and there's a few preserving. Let's just skip this bed. This is my wild bed that I just leave. I'll try and leave one at least every year. As you can see, it's full of bees and stuff and things like that, so yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare itself, but it's good for the wildlife. It's actually full of ladybirds, which I'm really happy about. I don't know what this stuff is, but the ladybirds seem to absolutely love it. Well, the lady larvae seem to love it, should I say. I should actually just find you some ladybug larvae to show you, but it's a bit of a hassle to find them. But yeah, there's loads in there, and I think I'm going to move that idea on next year and do it again, and just have one bed and just let it do what it wants. Just try and take out the dandelions, is which all I try and do at the minute. I'm not too bothered by this stuff. It pulls, I know it's seeds, but it pulls out so easily. And one of the old boys takes it for his birds as well, so does him a favour. Here's a path I'm starting to build. I know you say starting to build, it's going to take me probably 5 years to finish it, but all these rocks are out of the ground that I've dug up when I'm digging over the beds. Every year I dig the beds, every year I find a mountain of rocks. All the rocks around the beds are all from it. All the wood is off the allotment the first year I moved on it. Yeah, I've tried not to buy anything. All the bits of wood you see are gathered out of skips. Rhubarb's looking really healthy. One of the old boys has quite kindly filled up my water butts for me, which is really nice. A couple of them live with the houses backing onto the allotment, so they come down with the hose, fill them up for me when they get a chance. It's absolutely amazing. My tomatoes, now we had some issues here. You can see there's one dead in the middle there. That one was from here. It snapped in half somehow. No idea how I replaced it, but the one I replaced it with seems to go in one of the nicest ones I've got. So, sod's law, but that one's looking a lot greener than that one. If anyone knows what that is, I can't see the difference in 2 feet, but that one looks really green and healthy, and that one looks a little yellowy. Let's just have a walk around these. They're getting quite high now, some of them are anyway. That one's still a good foot off being the height I want it at, really. These ones over here are getting quite tall as well. That's just where I've just trimmed them off. I'm a lazy gardener. I don't really tend to move the tomato things. I just throw them onto the bed. Certain things I don't tend to clean out the beds. I need to tidy up the bottom of that one, but that one's looking alright. So they've got plenty of flowers on. I could do with chopping off all them bottom ones that are all curled up. Chopping them off. I do that. I don't know why. It's just a habit I have. And then let's move on to the strawberry bed. Strawberry bed's looking really healthy. I've had probably 12-13 punnets of strawberries off it, and there's still some strawberries in there. So yeah, we'll probably get another picking off it, maybe. I might just leave it now. Let the ants and the birds have the last few that are there. I'm not selfish. Like I said in the last video, this will eventually go all the way that way, where the pumpkin now are, that are looking sorry for themselves. But they have only been out 24 hours, so they do look sorry for themselves normally. Pumpkins are normally quite prolific though, they come back quite rapid and pretty healthy. Like I say, there's the pumpkins, looking really sorry for themselves. There's only 4, but I'll probably get at least 8 pumpkins, I'm hoping. This bed is where the runner beans that are in the greenhouse are going to go. Need to tidy that bed up. You can see it's a working allotment, so half of it's been planted and ready, and half of it's not. These are my cabbages. They're looking not cabbages, cauliflower. They're looking really sorry for themselves. I need to get in and feed these beds, I think, this year. I need to get a couple of tonne of manure. Get that done. That like next door does every single year. It's cost though, I haven't got the money for that sort of thing, so once every few years is enough for me. We're going to go down next door's plot. I've asked his permission. I'm just going to show off some of the stuff he's growing as well, because his plot is looking really healthy at the minute. Here's my corn. Then bed. I don't know what I'm going to put in the corner of them. I was thinking about putting spring onions. Just I don't know if anyone's got any ideas of what I can stick in just in the pots. I don't really put flowers in them, but I haven't had the time this year. I need to take the daffodils out. I think they're ready to be tried. And we've got the top compost bin. It's got spuds growing out of it, like I imagine most people's has. And it looks like a hogweed growing in there as well. I need to get in and get rid of. Probably burn that. And then we've got a little bed here that I normally put my sunflowers in, but I haven't done sunflowers this year. Everything going on in the world, everything's a bit difficult this year. So we'll go back down the other plot. He's got wood storage at the top, and then he's got these beautiful, beautiful French beans. His beans do magnificently. Have a look at the crop on that. And then he's got what looks like to be some sort of beans or runner beans there. And then that looks like chard or something along them lines. I'm not too sure. And then I don't know if this will pick up through the blue netting. He's got cabbages in there, which are looking really healthy and 3 times the size of mine. No, that's chard. Oh, I don't know what that is either. Oh, kale. That's what it is. I don't grow kale, that's why. I'm not too sure what that is. Look at that for a head. Looking really good. And he's got cauliflower growing in here. His cauliflower is absolutely magnificent compared to mine. He does buy a lot of his stuff, not doing from seeds, so they do tend to have that healthy option. Look at them runner beans. He's got tomatoes in the bed. I'm actually walking on the communal path, so I'm not actually walking on his allotment before people start moaning. But I have actually got permission, to be fair. There's some beetroot over in the corner. They were my spare beetroot, I believe. I left a bunch of them for him. And look at the difference in his, where his ground's fed every year, and mine, well, I haven't fed it in 2 years. Don't get me wrong, mine don't look bad, but compared to his, yeah, there's a big difference. And then his courgettes, maybe? Yeah, I don't grow courgettes either. I don't like them, so courgettes are growing there. He's got onions growing in there. He's got a second set of runner beans growing in there, which will come later than them. So he's staggered staged them, so he'll have 2 crops of broad beans. And then he's got his raspberry bushes that he's caged up because, yeah, the pigeons are a nightmare. You can probably hear them in the background. And then down here, lastly, he's got trees as well. He's got a massive apple tree because he's absolutely ginormous. And in that corner, there's a plum tree that between us, we've spent some time taking out a lot of the vines and stuff that are growing up it. So hopefully this year he'll have a crop of plums. I can actually see some plums, to be fair. I'll climb up the ladders for him and do all that because, yeah, like I say, he's one of the old boys. And that's his plot. Well, he's got his crack corner, like every allotment has. Just bits of metal and things that you need for your allotment and things like that. I don't know if you can tell from here, but it's quite a drop on the thingy. It'd be hard to do, but they're 12-foot cones up there, and they're easily, if you look at the building behind them, there's a drop even in them. So yeah, here's my allotment. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to tag a greenhouse video on the end of this if I can figure out how to do it. Yeah, I'm not too good on the technology, and this is all done on my iPad, so yeah, it's more for me than anyone else. So I can watch my progress. I need to tidy the bottom of this up. I'm just going to get another clip of this just so I can remember what it used to look like when I replace it all. Because that's the issue. I wish I'd have done this the first year of my allotment. First year of my allotment, it was all overgrown in grass. Oh, I might as well show you the working river system we've got working in here as well, in the allotment. So you can't actually see it. But there's a running river right underneath my feet. And it runs all year round. And it's a stream. That is actually some sort of water chive or something. He did tell me, I can't remember. But there's 3 buckets in there on top of each other, and that well goes probably down 8 to 10 foot. But can I get this way? They're supposed to keep a path open all the way along it. A lot of people close them in. I'm trying not to show you other people's plots. I'm not walking on the plots, I'm walking on public path. Here we go. So here's where the stream comes out. You can't actually see it, but it runs under my feet, look, and that's where it comes out. Little names and stuff, and it's sluggy down here. Underneath there is a brick-built Victorian well that's probably a good 100 years old, if not a bit more. This is River Dennis, named after one of the old boys. It goes all the way down and out of the plot, and there's another river that comes down the hill that joins to it, and they both go out into a stream that runs at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, so we've got running water all year round pretty much. The only other issue obviously is rats. When you have running water you have rats, but allotments always have rats. But yeah, it's a beautiful little thing. Some of the plots, I'll have to get permission, but some of the plots have built wells and things over the top of them and running rivers. There's actually one that I want to show you just before we go. These plots are all beautiful. I'm still walking on a main path. There's a path up the middle of the allotments that separates the two sides of the allotment. So I'm wowing my right to walk on it before anyone moans. Just want to show you Lee's River. Lee's got a running river. There's another well. So there's another brick-built one. If you take the top off that, there's a brick-built well underneath. I don't know if you can hear it yet. Let me go the other side just to... It runs round over the path. Sorry, I was just showing the waterway off. I didn't realise anyone was here. So I was just showing the stream all the way up. So here we are back on my plot. Yeah, as always, as I'm recording, someone comes over, but it's not an issue. It's part of the allotment life. I've never met that guy before, so it's even better. I've got to meet a new neighbour. Yeah, and that was the watercourse pretty much. It goes all the way up, and probably if I get a chance I'll get a video of it going all the way up, but the allotment's started to fill up now, so people don't like being on video and whatever else, and I'm a bit self-conscious about recording. But there's a beautiful little plot of my allotment from top to bottom. It's looking really good. Right, thank you very much. Stay tuned for the YouTube, for the greenhouse video, and any comments or questions please put them in the box below. Thank you very much. So here we are, the greenhouse again for the end of June, start of July tour. Not looking too bad, there's nothing over there really. So let's get a bit closer. There's the orange tree. Some white cabbage. Some spare broccoli underneath. Some red cabbage, ready to go out. And we've got some carrots down there. We have some tomatoes, which have got some beautiful flowers on. Still in really small pots though compared to the others lot. The others are looking twice the size lot. Damaged a bit on the end on that one. That one's looking fine. That one's looking fine as well. You see, along here I've cut out all the trusts that are not coming off the main plant, but there is some still coming off the main plant stem here. Look. There's one at the back here. This one has a giant stalk here coming off the main stem. There's my hand in the light. This one's got some beautiful plants, some beautiful tomatoes on it. Look. There's some more at the bottom there. Look, I didn't see them. I've got some more flowers just now. Tomatoes all the way into the corner. Them two there have just been potted onto bigger pots. Got the cucumbers. I haven't actually got a cucumber yet though. The flowers don't seem to be producing. I have gone along with a really small brush like this, and what I do is I find a flower. I'm trying to do this while recording, so focus. I just gently touch that and then go in. There's another one down here, look. Just gently touch that. Just give that one a go over as well. And I'm just being a bee, basically. Which might not make any difference. But the way the fruit are growing at the minute, I can't make it any worse. It's an idea my friend had given me. We'll try that. We'll see if that works. Then we've got the peppers this side. which are looking really, if anyone knows what that is, I would really appreciate someone telling me. But the peppers are not looking too bad. They need to go in bigger pots, I think. Under here, we have some peas soaking and some runner beans. Some of them peas have swelled, like that one there's swelled, that one there's swelled. But a lot of them haven't. I've had a really problem with germination this year. It's still wet, so that's fine. Daffodil bulbs drying out there. They're not looking too bad. They need splitting. Some of them are still a little bit wet, so they could probably do with taking out of there and the mud taken out. Then we have the melons. There's two. That one goes this way and then up, and it's going to go along that beam. And the one that goes the other way is going to go up, and along the top beam. And then we've got another plant here that goes up all the way to the top. It's going along the very top beam. And then it goes this way as well. And it's going to fill this entire corner, which is about 6 foot to 8 foot. And then we have the broccoli down there. And some more white cabbage, I think. And they're 3 broccoli that have just gone mental compared to the rest. And the only other thing in the garden that's edible is the giant apple tree there. And the cherry tree, which you could probably just about see in there. And that's the tour of the greenhouse. There is nothing else. Hopefully this week I can get the cabbage out to the allotment. That'd be nice. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tubs of cabbage to get out. They could go out. The carrots could do with going out as well. The carrots are actually shop brought carrots, same as the cabbage, because I haven't had time to do seeds. And that's it for the greenhouse. As you can tell, it's a lot tidier than it was last time. A lot tidier. So, which is always great. The tidier your greenhouse is, the better it is. I've actually got flies in here for some reason. I don't know how. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is coming along. I'm really pleased with the cherry tree as well, looking through there. That one's damaged at the top as well, look. I had a frost, I left the window open, and yeah, so I might pull that one out. I'll leave it in a pot, but take it out as a main one. And place it in one of these smaller ones, burying it up to there, which is a good 8 inches to go into the soil there, look. So it'd start from there. And all that would go into a new pot, and that should give me a nice tomato plant there. These two here are looking really weird, and sorry for the sounds, but that's one of them, isn't it? Right, and here we are. That is the entire greenhouse. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like, and any questions or info you have, there's some comfrey back there as well. Please drop me a message in the comments. Thank you very much.